want that snowball. They want to get the early game momentum going. So what do they go for here? They go for the carry still.
Carry to counter the high loss, right? But
Yeah.
RSG, if you look at what they picked for the first three already, high loss and Harif, a very nice combo. You know, allowing the Harif even more movement speed, especially when you're on top of the glorious pathway. The Law and Order really helps to make sure that Harif gets a good time. Don't forget, it also slows down the retreat coming out from the rest of the bleed. So RSG, this one more combo is really strong. I like it, but bleed. Let's see what they're gonna ban here.
Yeah, it's going to be a true test of versatility for CS. Because I feel that CS, as a person, as a gold laner, he is always going for that late game monster build where he comes in, cleans everybody up. But now on the Harif, you have to adopt a different kind of playstyle. And now, with the bans coming through, Kacha.
Hold on a second. Wait, hold on. It was RSG that secured Harif first.
Yep.
Then after that, Bleed ended that with a carry. So technically speaking, Bleed is picking carry right into a Harif, and Harif wins carry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's just
Why?
That's just FMM saying that. Yeah. CS, I'm better than you.
So Imba DJ is saying that, hey, we're gonna lose in the early game. Well, hopefully, carry can basically hold himself down all the way to the late game where the carry can be used to counter the high loss. I think that's what Bleed is trying to go for.
Yeah. And this is where the Julian comes in. I think this is
this
we are going to
early
see
game,
that.
right?
Yeah, the early game at least assist the gold lane here in the carry. We all know there that the Harris will totally dominate the gold lane because of his harassment skills here. But the Julian being picked here from Bleed, I think they can do counter it in such a way for those rotations.
We see a lot of pressure on deck. So there will be a lot of pressure for them to perform, but they do go for that Vexana.
Yes.
A lot of lane priority.
Yes.
But where are the front lines for the Vexana? It's so easy to jump a Vexana. Hayabusa is going to have a field day.
Eternal Guard, bro.
Eternal Guard might not be enough, you know?
I think Bleed going for Vexana is the man to counteract against Harif, right? Once Harif goes on the Zaman Forest, Vexana just lands down Eternal Guard. All of a sudden, that Zaman Forest doesn't look really safe anymore. But yes, I agree. Hayabusa can easily jump onto Vexana, so I'm looking at Bleed. They need more peel coming out in the form of that, perhaps something like a Jawhead, something like to a certain extent, the Arlot, right? Which also works really well. RSG is going to snap pick that one instead. That's a Loi coming up from RSG.
And that's what I was looking forward to from RSG, because their ability to jump the backline with the Hayabusa is unmatched. Whether or not they double down on that, that's going to be very scary for Bleed coming in, given their lineup. You know, they are extremely scared to get jumped in the back line. Julian,
Minotaur.
Carry, Vexana, it's gonna be scary. They had to go for a blanket AoE. Minotaur, yes, very good pick. Grok would be good as well if they want to go jump for jump.
Cool.
Then, of course, with the new changes as well, Grok can go for a lot more aggressive emblems.
I agree with Grok. Grok is something that Gear can potentially play because Grok used to be in the EXP lane, right? And apart from that, you also talk about... Oh, okay.
They're going jump for jump.
Not only just that, it also allows you to defend Vexana from jumping onto being jumped on, right? So I think that's what Bleed is going to go for. Jay will be piloting that one. Don't forget that's Jay Cho right there. And then after that, I love the Loi pick as well coming up from RSG because Eternal Guard also provides you that body to really disperse even more and proc that duality even more.
Yeah, Bleed heavily relying on Julian to get the early game, mid game advantage going for them. Meanwhile, RSG, they have a more scalable lineup, more easier to execute in terms of game style, in terms of late game, mid game scenarios, in terms of team fight as well, no problem. So RSG versus Bleed, this would be RSG's last stand, right? Whether or not they do get that 2-0 from Bleed, it all falls down to this game here, in game 2.
Yeah, I think we see, again, team fights lineup coming in from the side of RSG. Game 1, remember, they do have the team fight lineup as well, but this time around, they need to be cohesive as ever.
Yeah,
they
I think it's even more, right? For the side of Bleed, especially, they can easily switch up their the kind of play style as more of a team fight play style because of the Eternal Guard. Jay can engage with a pick, which also works really nice.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of early game, really, still, all on deck.
Definitely.
Really, all on deck. There's so much pressure on this Julian at this moment to perform.
Warcry on that Luoyi. Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting indeed.
So after 3 skills, you start to do a lot more damage with your procs. So it really boils down to, hold on.
Okay, he's still disengaged here, and what I see right now, I can't see Gears Arlots. Yes.
We've been hyping that up before the cast, and he, literally, yeah, you gotta have to watch this because Gear is really comfortable on this Arlot. Don't forget, I'm looking forward to what emblems he selected for himself because now Arlot doesn't really need the mana anymore. So instead of a common emblem, what would you go?
Oh, look at Jay, is really out there. Defending, of course, FMM. And we expect, of course, FMM will be bullied here in the gold lane.
Yep, he's getting bullied right now, but hold on, Yon, unable to secure that kill down the bottom lane.
Still a lot of pressure securing that advantage for CS, right? And this is where Julian should be making counter moves across the map, but he's already level 4, and he's lost that advantage because Julian hits that power spike way earlier at level 3, having all that advantage.
Look at
He's
Julian.
going for the jump.
Deck.
Does not find it.
But instead, Yon finds him there. Still going to back away with a Nan sword. Yon still with a poke. Roy here in the backlines as well. That's a kill. First blood here for Yon.
And the stage Afu, right? It's same game, but different teams.
Yeah, that's why I personally don't like the Julian, right? You're so reliant on early game. And if you don't have a good early game, when MLBB is so fast-paced, you get punished so severely in the early game. It's more important for deck to make good play.
Yeah, and if you don't have the counter damage, you don't have that front line, Kiwi is going to have to play a heck of a game just to stay alive versus this lineup here. Jay, he does find the way of Dragon, though.
Isolated with a kick, and now bullied here with the numbers coming in from Bleed. Still managed to survive. Gear trying to dance his way out, but cannot do so. Ray will be the second one in chopping block, but too short for the damage here coming in from the side of Bleed.
And Roy surviving there is huge. Yon is back in with a shadow kill, though.
Dominic, Jay share the kills, but no.
Share the damage, literally,
Rather.
right? Yeah, literally, hey, come here, stick together, share the damage, come on. And literally, so Yon doing a really good job trying to clean up. However, RSG, that fight was decent coming up from Roy, right? And you start to see the power of that Lo E just soaking everybody up. Gear, unfortunately, technically speaking, Arlot is not a true tank, meant to be played as a utility. This final slash is really good, but it's just disrupted constantly by Jay and also Kiwi.
Yeah, with the turtle still spawning, not spawning in, I mean, deck would have to find an early advantage.
Yeah.
They gotta keep picking off Gear no matter what. That final slash will be a threat. Wear the dragon onto Gear. Very good by Bleed.
Yeah, and time Scythe, not enough damage yet, but Gear will fall with Eternal Guard coming in from the side of Kiwi. Flashes out here from the side of Jay, and now it's gonna be Roy still surviving. And now Zaman Force for CS goes for the kill. Dak falls down.
FMM is in. Pops the ulti, though.
No, they're forcing their way in. Dominic or Shadow misses quite a lot. And now FMM still having those light wheels really hitting across the map. But then it is going to be Dominic here will be picked off.
Yep, Yon did a really good job trying to dissect the whole fight. Dominic is just peeling for nobody, right? Bleed right there, just trying to, the damage dealer is trying to step forward. Hayabusa is there threatening it.
Yeah, it's not in the stage of the game where the damage is enough to finish off RSG at this point. RSG, they do have that mid-game favored already in their favor. Because CS, if you think about it, Harris just shines in this kind of situation. You put that Zaman's Force down, it is a no-go zone. And Bleed, they try to force it out. They still try to force it out. But without deck available, there's no damage.
Yep, they thought Kiwi's Eternal Guard was able to dissuade CS away. So it was a really good job. Hold on, somebody's going to get jumped.
No! Still going to flicker back! The final slash. Almost. Not quite.
What's that going on? A ping pong?
The flicker for flicker, and then after that, just a kick for a good measure right in the face. What are you trying to do right there for the side of RSG? But that's almost could end so bad for FMM.
Yeah, it could have ended badly for FMM. Bleed, they do walk away with that win right here, but still the map is heavily pressured by RSG right now. Next few advantages not gonna go in their favor. They cannot fight for these towers. They have to go for this macro gameplay.
Yeah, Dak cannot do anything. He has to watch his tower go down, taking free damage.
Another kick, and this is going to be another pick off once again. Layers upon layers of CC. Bleed takes off Yon.
That's huge. That's huge. Yon should not have gotten into a situation where he can get kicked like that. And that's going to be a heavy momentum going towards Bleed right now. They can force an objective. They can take a tower. They can take any form of towers that they want right now, but they're not converting.
Right now, it's just Bleed trying to find any form of pickoff. Right now, they've revolved in around pickup.
Oh, another miss!
Oh, not again.
No! Do you not see what FMN did? Just step forward right in front of the code. All of a sudden, that Gears Final Slash doesn't work. Massive mechanic coming up from FMM.
Oh, we shouldn't have hyped this up, man. You don't want to hype up a Singaporean.
Yeah,
No.
you praise the Singaporean, and then all of a sudden they can't
Pastor's
perform.
curse? Sorry, Gear.
And the worst thing is, right? The worst thing is, all three of us at the Costas desk, right? One is from Philippines, one is from Malaysia, one is from Myanmar. So
A road jack in the making. Oh man. It feels bad for the final slashes. But anyway, Jay once again initiated team fight with a king.
Nice one.
Pass it on to Deck. Follow up here with their chatter as well. Coming in from Dominic and closer, pumping the glorious pathway. Trying to prolong the team fight, but still cannot do so. Oh, Roy just bursted down Dominic there.
Yeah, Bleed, that was a really good engage, by the way. Was able to pick up CS. Look at how, the members of Bleed just targeting now CS, because once CS is removed, there's not a lot of damage from the side of RSG, right? And the Zaman 4 is used very defensively, so RSG needs to try to find another source of damage. It has to come up from Roy, it has to come up from Yon. Yon needs to find assassination onto FMM or Kiwi, hopefully.
And Bleed have that very good response, right? In terms of having that team fight objectives, they don't have much to go for, but they go for the macro plays across the map, and they are still trying to find a lot of macro plays, segmenting as much of the team fight with Jay. And, yeah.
Oh, Jay
Oh,
has
Jay.
been caught here, and he will still survive. Still going to kick the outplay. Gonna go survive indeed. Oh, what a play coming in from Jay.
How's Jay alive?
God, Jay Cho right there. That Shunpo shield, that Shunpo CC immunity. RSG trying to jump. He had the right sense to just literally go there. But hold on a second.
Oh, Dominic trying to hold his ground, but he will be picked off there with Zaman Force and the pokes coming in from RSG.
Yeah, they cannot force the secondary team fight. Bleed needs to avoid all team fights if possible. Their only pickoff potential is with Jay. Way of the Dragon is so pivotal for them until they can reach 15 minutes in.
Oh, Deck stopping them with his on side. Glorious Pathway trying to disengage rather, but he will fall. Zaman Force for CS going for the damage. And High Sword once again, but Lewin and Bakla, it's a triple for Yon.
I felt like Deck used the enhanced sword just to go back, gave the damage over to Yon. Yon picks up a triple kill. Technically speaking, Yon should pick up a double kill instead, but because Deck goes back in, hey, free triple kill. Why not, right?
It's exactly what I was talking about, right? RSG, they won these team fights. Bleed, they cannot take these team fights. Way of the Dragon is too pivotal, and using it in a situation where it's a 4v4, that's not going to be the clean pickoff that you need from Team Bleed to come back.
Right now, it's just RSG still having a bit of a gold advantage and to a certain extent map advantage, right? Because Roy is constantly jumping onto Bleed. Bleed is now forced to basically react. And in terms of reaction, Jay had the good game sense to be with exactly where, he needs to be in order to defend and absorb so much of this utility coming out from RSG. And I feel like RSG is being a little bit predictable, right? Like, if they see FMM on the other side, they'll just TP over there. So Bleed, I think by now, should have figured out RSG's game sense.
Yeah, RSG, they have to go for a different gameplay right now, and they're going for this objective 5-man death ball.
No
but Jay's
way,
in.
Jay! But still, Yon secures the lure there. It is going to be Deck, though, trying to rack away. Jay will be picked off. Glorious Pathway go for the chase. The final slash there for Gear. And now a disaster here for Bleed.
Finally.
Yeah, RSG, they can fight for days because they have that frontline capability. They can jump your backlines. And meanwhile, for Bleed, who do you have to tank the damage? Only Jay, only Dominic. But once they are down, which they can get shredded from Team RSG, what do they do? There's no answer.
Kiwi? Oh no, the burst is there. It is now going to be Roy secures the kill. And Jay trying his best here to hold.
That's the way of the dragon burnt.
Yep.
They won't have that. They're going to lose an inhibitor turret because that's a key utility for Bleed.
Yep. Right now, it's just a slow push coming out from RSG. Bleed needs to brace himself for a top side push. Glorious Pathway use. RSG is pushing it. Wow.
early on. They want a healthy Lord pushing through. They want to end this now. RSG will be able to do so. However, Dominic and FMM still managed to defend the siege. Bot side as well, being cleared by Deck.
Yeah, they lost one inhibitor turret. That's good enough. But already, is the net worth too far gone? Right? 9,000 advantage towards RSG, where they have an extremely scalable lineup. And Bleed, they're just relying on FMM and Dominic to get that farm for that late game alone. Kiwi, yes, he's 0, 2, and 4. He's really not able to survive. And this is Kiwi, right? He's known for never dying. 0, 2, and 4 is an abysmal scoreline for Kiwi.
Yeah, because he's getting countered right by Roy. But hold on a second, that's also going to be a diversion. Don't know where he goes.
Oh no! The pincer movement, the stun, the layers of CC, and now it is going to be Dominic falling low, and he will be picked up once again. FMM with the first damage there. It is going to be Gear popping the immortality as well, and now look at CS with a zone,
Monster.
a double here for the Harith. They want to end this now. Jay is here to forward, trying to go for the hold. Deck here with his hand side. He will fall in and sword to escape. It is going to be Gear still trying to pick up, but still look at Bleed. They survived.
Yeah, Kiwi just outputting so many AoE against RSG. RSG couldn't hold that one. Has to let that go. They don't want to be hasty, but if you notice, that gold lead is looking really healthy for the side of Bleed right now. Earlier, just now, what, 8.6k?
Yeah,
now it's
9,000.
fallen down to 6.5.
Yeah, I mean, RSG forcing that team fight there, I mean, I really didn't like it at all. There was no way that you could have forced it. There was no Lord coming in. That was only one creep in that entire pool, and they have a Vexana. You're not going to be able to force anything. You're not going to be able to go for that win. But RSG, they are still an advantage. The Lord is coming right up. It's going to be an enhanced Lord, so they can't go for this gameplay. Diversion, though.
Oh no, diversion.
Yon is in.
Yeah, they scouted it out. It's basically, it could be either used as a scouting tool and also used as a dive tool, right? So RSG using that early to scare Bleed out of position. They know exactly where they are right now. RSG is trying to rush the Lord.
Yeah, flickers are available here except for Dominic J. All right, Bleed decided to go back away. This is too risky for them just to clear the waves on the top side.
Yeah, they would have lost that team fight. Gear's in.
Gear flickers in with a final slash. Glorious Pathway as well. And the burst damage is there. Closer takes the kill. And now Jay's here with a way over the dragon. FMM, however, will be picked off. No goal later here with a side of Bleed.
And RSG, they want to keep fighting for days. Bleed, they realize that, but just a bit too late. Gear is already too far gone with that conceal. Great initiation coming out from RSG, knowing that Bleed cannot take a team fight. Now, RSG, they're still waiting for the Lord, though.
Man, the Lord timing is not in the favor of RSG. By the time the Lord meets Bleed's base, FMM will be back. Dominic will be back. So RSG missed a very small little window opportunity, even though they burnt so much to secure that one to make sure they're a win. And now they have to fight 5v5, and this must be frustrating for the side of RSG.
All eyes on Jay right now because he will have that Way of the Dragon sticker play. If anything, for a comeback for Bleed, he will be trying it right now on CS.
Oh, that's now that Way of the Dragon here. CS still managed to survive. Zaman Force been popped. Shadow kill there for Yon. Going for the triple, but no! He will be picked off instead.
Damage coming out too much for Team RSG. They do go for that top lane diversion. They want to end this right now.
But the damage coming in from FMM is there. They still managed to hold here. This is 2 sieges they have managed to fend off.
Yeah, still very tense coming in from both sides. Kiwi being alive, that he is that keep away factor that Team Bleed needs, but Jay in a lot of danger.
Oh, Gear.
Final slash available though.
Oh, this is very important here, but Jay still managed to go back away closer, now popping the Glorious Pathway. They want to end it. Now look at Jay. Immortality has been used as well. Dominic is here to backlines, but Jay will be falling down. Flicker and a Shatter misses. They will escape with that diversion play.
Man, if you're a fan of Bleed, you are literally puckering right now because they just defended against RSG's onslaught time and time again. Jay, this Dr. J is just literally stalling RSG like a massive boss.
Yeah, and the fact that he keeps Kiwi alive by being that distraction that he is. Yeah, Kiwi is free to rain down those blasts and
those AoEs.
And it's a lot of damage. It's
Yeah.
a lot of damage to clear the waves.
And right now, don't forget, FM is not having a good time, right? Apart from he needs to watch out for Harith, he also has to watch out for that Lo Yi as well, right? And that Dispersion Duality proc is going to burst him down like nobody's business. Bleed, on the other hand, is relying on long-range artillery strikes coming out from Kiwi. Take a look. Most damage dealt is definitely from the side of Kiwi. The carry, on the other hand, look at FMM, is struggling to land down the damage because of how RSG is playing.
And right now, we are at 15 minutes into the game. Late stage are ready for Team Bleed. This is where they want to be. This is where they shine. But already, is 3 inhibitor turrets too much for them? If RSG, they manage to get this Lord right here, it might be all she wrote for Team Bleed.
Yeah, well, that's a very massive zoom in, making sure that we all know RSG is taking the Lord as well. Bleed on the other end, Dominic stepping forward. That's a knockup. Hold on a second, I can't
They're
see who is
forcing
it.
this one. Now there's gonna be Glorious Pathway once again, and Jay will be in the middle, popping the Winter's Crown. But look at CS providing the zone, same as closer here. FMM, Kiwi will be chased, will be picked off as well, and this is big.
Yeah, it's FMM.
Diversion play as well, FMM! Going to go for the final slash, but will he survive? No, the TP in your face, a total disrespect here for the side of RSG. They are feeling it.
Minions.
They want to land this one. Concentrate
Okay.
on the base. We have a serious tie here.
Yeah, 1-1. RSG, they do have it in them to come back. 1-1, right? All